Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Take a Seat with G. We are back in Toronto. And today we have a very, 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 very special guest on the couch. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted her to be here for a very long time, so I'm so happy today to introduce you guys to Töme. Thank you so much for taking a seat with me. So we're going to get right into it. I'm actually so happy that you're here today. So we're going to get right into it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my first question for you today is, well, basically, we're going to talk about you stepped away from music after your father passed away. Mm-hmm. So rest in peace. And it's a deep moment for you. So you had to take some time for yourself. Mm-hmm. What did stepping away teach you about yourself? And what did coming back feel like?
Yeah. I think in a sense, I actually never really fully stepped away. I think maybe last year, I definitely took some time. But when it first happened, I think that a part of me just felt like, because he was my manager and so involved in my career, a part of me felt like I have to keep going. And so I started kind of building this feeling of being on autopilot, and I was no longer present. I was just getting burnt out. I didn't know what I was doing. This brand that was built with two people, I'm just trying to push it as one, and like it was just getting at me, and I was feeling lost. So as of like early last year, I was just like, you know what, I need to completely reset and recenter myself. And I stepped away, and yes, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my lack of accountability that I can hold for myself. The lack of discipline I had without someone in my ear to push me. And you know, just really understanding myself, building a relationship with God, and realizing that that is the strength that can hold me through. So I went through a whole spiritual enlightening journey when I stepped away. And I think that allowed me to come back fully understanding my value, fully understanding my worth, knowing who I am, and not needing to conform to what anybody else is doing, or feeling like I'm, still in this race with everybody else. I think that it allowed me to take that pressure off myself, because I'm on my own time now. And from what it looks like when I released, and the way I released, and everything, the visions that I have, the things I'm working towards, the plans that I have, everything is aligning itself. And I truly feel like that is like a testament to how I'm in alignment now. Yeah. And yeah, it feels like I needed it more than I really realized I did. And people are gravitating towards it to the point where they didn't realize I stepped away. So that feels good. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So when you decided to return to the scene, what was the moment that you were like, it's time to come back?
I think that like midway through this year, I had an idea. I had a vision up until the end of 2026. Okay. Funny enough, people had been asking me in 2023, like, when's your next album? I was like, 2026.
Oh, so you already, you knew.
I knew.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea what I was doing then, but I knew that I couldn't continue doing, I wasn't going to pressure myself. Okay. So I was like, 3 years sounds good to me. 2026.
Yeah.
And then as of earlier this year, I really, after taking that time with myself, understanding what I want, who I am, I just sat down. I was like, okay, this is my plan. I don't have much of a team. I mean, shout out to Douglas, who's my manager based out of London. And he's really held me through a lot of my tough times, and he's been an ear for me, which has been amazing. But aside from him, it was like, okay, everything else is really on me.
Yourself, yeah.
It's really on me. There's no team behind me. I'm still independent. I'm not signed. Capital's got to come in. How am I making money? These are all the things that are coming to my head. So I'm like, how am I going to make the greatest impact with, the independence and the circumstance I'm in? And then I had been saying since last year, November, that Mumu would be so good on the radar. I was like, man, this record, I did it in September, November. I'm like, yeah, this record would be dope on the radar. Was asking around, wasn't coming around. And then I was like, I want to go to New York. And I was just like, I was just going to go because I have a lot of family in New York. I know a lot of people in New York. I was like, let me go to New York. Let me figure out some things. So then I reached out to one of my boys out there. Shout out Javon. I was like, yo, I'm coming through. I'd love to see you. Let's link up. Let's get in a studio session. He was like, cool. Do you want to be on the Radar?
Just like that.
I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I work with them now. Like, I could like put you on and everything. I was like, look how God works. Look how God works. Because the thing is, I was asking people around me, oh, like, do you know about On the Radar? I was getting, you have to pay this, you have to do this. Oh, I don't know right now. I'll get back. So many runarounds just for me to naturally receive it. I think that was the moment where I'm like, okay, it's go time.
Love that. Full circle moment.
Yeah, it was God answering.
Yes, amen. So how has grief shaped your new artistic direction, and has it changed the way you create?
Absolutely. Okay. I think that the album will be the understanding of that direction. And I'm not rushing it because it is the true essence of where I'm in right now. And I'm still healing. And I think I wouldn't be ready to release what I'm not healed from yet.
Okay.
Because then that's a lot of opinion and feedback that I haven't healed from yet, you know?
Yeah.
So I know I need to take my time. But that is the essence of where I am, in my sound, in myself, in my artistry. There's another project I'm working on that is very much in alignment and is what actually helped me kind of find therapy. So people will see all of that next year and truly understand what that did and how it shifted me. But I think that within all of that and where I am today as well, I've been able to like go through that and be vulnerable and expressive and rah-rah riri. And now I'm in this place where I'm like, but I really do know what I'm worth. And that is where I just want to be right now. So people understand that like, there's no having a second guess. You don't need to question nothing. She knows herself. And so that also came out of grief. I needed to, outside of, you know, losing him, I also lost a part of me.
Yeah.
So I really needed to she just needed to go entirely. And it was a complete rebirth. And it was my Phoenix era the last 2 years and really rebuilding myself from the ashes. Yeah.
Okay. I would say 2025 has been a big year for you. For me, from what I'm seeing, I'm like, yo, girl, she's doing the thing. Okay, so from dropping Mumu and then to your hot freestyle performance, what did you want this comeback era of Töme, you know, Stush Baby, and like to like be like? Because I feel like this year has been good. We're dropping.
I've been consistent.
Yeah.
I've been consistent for sure.
Yeah.
What did I want it to be? She's back.
Yeah,
she's back. She's back. She's better. It's very clear that she's in her womanhood. She's expressing her, like, I don't know how many times I hear like, whoa, this is Töme? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa, you look so, oh, you're moving so different. I'm like, yeah, like I get to express myself and my creative direction is mine alone. And it feels amazing to be able to express this nature of me right now. I think that is a beautiful thing. She's back and she's not going anywhere. And everything you're hearing, the freshness in sound, what it sounds like, the fusion of it all is truly just the beginning. It's just the beginning of a completely new era, I guess.
You guys ain't ready. But get ready. Okay. And also, Stush Baby, new character unlocked. Yeah. Are we slowly shifting into a new personality? Tell me how this name came about. Yes, this character, this name.
I know. So crazy enough, back in like 2020, when did we release that song? I think 2024. Was it 2024? I think it was 2024. Me and Wave and Godflow, Wave Montega and Godflow, we came together and we made this song. And initially, like, I had come up with the whole verse, and then Wave heard it. He's like, whoa, like, it was a completely different attitude. It was on like this London drill type beat. Yeah. It was just like, what's going on? So then by the time he came up with the hook, he based it on me and like being like, you know, you move stush sometimes. Like, and then that was the whole thing. Like in the hook, he's like, too bougie, she's pa. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm not mad at that. I'm like, I'm not stush. He's like, yeah, you are. I'm like, before you get to know me. Yeah. And I think that, I've heard a lot of people say, oh yeah, like you can come off intimidating. People are intimidated. Like I hear it all the time. And so it was like, unless you get to know me, no, I don't just, I'm not accessible. You know what I mean? And like, I don't just give myself to anybody. No one just has access to me like that. So yeah, like, okay, consider me stush then. I have no problem with that. At that point, it was like, let me just revamp what that word really means for me. Because I was like, you know what, if y'all think I'm stush, then so be it. And let me show you what that actually can look like. It doesn't have to have the negative connotation that obviously Torontonians and London, use it for. But for me, it was just kind of like, actually, I'm just going to empower this moment and just like let you know that I am a stush baby. I am you cannot just have access to my energy. I will protect and present myself a certain way. Like it or not, she's a stush baby. And for me, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset.
Love that.
Yeah.
I get that a lot too, and I'm gonna embrace it too.
Stush baby.
Okay, period. We here. Love it. No, I promise you, Congolese people love to say, oh, as a fier, and then whatever. And I'm like, just because y'all don't have access to me doesn't mean,
right?
Because not everybody can be. I'm not saying I'm exclusive and but I know who I am.
Yeah,
I know what I want to allow around me. So if I am that, then I'm gonna take it.
Absolutely.
And it's not a bad thing. So stush baby, period.
I think it's like kind of removing the shame around feeling like you can't put value on who you are. And I think that in a city like Toronto, because when I go to America, it's never questioned. If I'm in another place where I'm not from, they don't question the value I put on myself. But in the city I'm from, people want to question the value that I put on myself. So it's like, for me, it's like, okay, so then, I mean, as they say, a king is not honored in his own home, right? So,
right.
Yeah. Right.
If you get it, you get it.
You get it, you get it.
So let's talk about mumu. Mumu is Nigerian pidgin for fool or stupid. What was the story behind this track? I want to know, girl. What was the story behind this track?
You know what's crazy is that at that time, I had just out right after my father, like maybe a year later, me and my ex had broken up.
Oh.
So it was just like double time on grief. And I'm like, ah! And then I'm like, these streets are disgusting. There's nothing out here. Yeah. Everyone is just weird, either obsessive or just like you're like the last option and they just thought of you today. Like just some random weird energy. Like, oh God, I hate dating here. I'm like, this is not it. And so it just came out of this nature of like, I think that all women, especially right now, I think there is this massive, unison feeling between women where we're like, we are tired of the BS. We're tired of the men. We're tired of, like it feeling like there's just no options anymore because they just show up as like the barest of minimum, or they're playing you for real. And you're really just not the only girl. And men will tell you the complete opposite, but that's cool. You think that, sir. That might be you, but like 95 are not like you. So we can tell you for free as women. If every woman's going through it, is there not truth to it? Like, let's be so for real.
At this point, no, who's lying? Because we're not.
We can't all be like, guys, let's just hate men. Be so for real.
No, we don't. Like, it's just what it is outside right now. It's terrible. So I could go on and go on and go on.
Like, I was just like, you know what? Let me just make a song where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you think you got two options, so do I.
Yeah. You think I'm the moo, but it's you.
It's you. Period.
Right.
That's what to have fun.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah. Love it. So performing mumu on Hot Freestyle.
On the radar?
Yes. And on the radar.
Yeah. So it was released but on the radar.
Okay.
And then I did like a hot freestyle version of it later.
So how did those come about? And what was your mindset stepping into those spaces?
Yeah. So with On the Radar, it was kind of that backstory with Javon. And that was really fun. I was really excited. I hadn't released yet. It was probably going to be my first official release. I knew that the impact that On the Radar can bring was something I really wanted to take advantage of, and I was really looking forward to that. It was exciting. Big shout out to Glow out in New York and Lawrence. They really helped me kind of get my whole look together, place it all together. They really helped me sort of package it nicely as well. So I was really grateful for that time period. And then with Hot Freestyle, shout out Katrina, our road manager out here. She really kind of was like, hey, like, you know, we could work with this song, we can push it. And I was like, okay, cool. My voice was actually, you know, I partied a little too hard during the summertime.
We all did.
My voice was not in the greatest of shape. So with Hot Freestyle, I was actually really nervous because it is full live track.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like, well, my voice is not in the right place. So I sounded so different from the original. And that kind of got to my head a bit. And like, we did a few takes. They were like, no, it sounds good. And I'm like, yeah, y'all just gonna say what you need to say.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about it, and it's not where it needs to be, but it was okay. It still felt good. It was done at the Cookhouse with Mills, and he's always great people. So he was definitely able to hold it down. But yeah, like, I still had a great time. It feels good to know that, you know, someone like a platform like Hot Freestyle that's based in Toronto will support, and somewhere like New York will support.
Exactly.
And just feels good to know that there's connections everywhere.
Yeah, and shout out to On the Radar. I've been seeing a lot of Toronto people on there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We need the exposure. This is where it's the time. Toronto needs to be on the map, okay?
Yeah,
so it's finally time, and I love that. So shout out to all the people that helped you get there, and all the Toronto people. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yeah. Love that. Yeah. So let's talk about some more. That's a very sexy, very sensual, very grown.
Yes, ma'am.
Love that. So what inspired you to tap into that energy?
Girl, that song was made 3 years ago. Ooh. Yeah. That was in 2022 at a writing camp in Nigeria.
Okay.
It was probably like the second song we had worked on at the Plug. And yeah, he played the beat. I said, yeah, this beat is mad. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, where would I go with it? And then that was it. Like, I, you know, big shout out to Zeus and Princess, Nene Princess, who, like, she helped me co-write the song, and Zeus produced it. It was just good vibes, good energy. Like, one thing about me, and I've always been into my sensual side. I've always appreciated that about myself. I will always explore it. I think that, you know, it's part of being a woman. And I don't have to hide away from it. I try to be sexy, sensual, but keep it classy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about the things that we might be thinking, the things that we might do, but keep it classy, in a classy way. So, yeah.
Girl. Yes. No, I really like it. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's getting her sexy on.
Yes,
love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And 3 years ago, I love when I find stuff out like that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you wrote that 3 years ago?
I know.
What do you mean that album was done 5 years ago and now you're putting it out?
Yeah.
You know, I guess timing is everything.
Yeah.
Because this is like, it feels like you made it like yesterday.
I know, it's just so great. I was like, dang, like, it's still so received, like as if it's a fresh track. And I'm like, I love that. I wrote that 3 years ago. So just imagine what's in the vault.
Right. We are ready.
Right.
2026, she said. We're ready. We're waiting. So would you say you're entering more a mature chapter musically, or is it just one of the flavors of Töme in 2025 or 2026, 2025, 2026?
No, I think it's definitely like where I'm leading in general. You know, I had my fun. I look back at my career and I'm like, wow, I was so young. I was just like a little kid. Like, I look at how I started and I'm like, ugh, I was really my father's daughter. Like, in the sense, I was like, daddy's little girl type energy. Yeah. And I love that. I love that, you know, you can see the growth within my age. And yeah, no, I'm definitely entering a more mature era, but I still love to have fun, and I still love to play within my inner child and keep things youthful. So it's kind of just a blend of the two, but I think really and truly within my image and within me is where you will kind of feel the maturity, and it translates through the music. The album will be a lot more on the mature, reflective. It's just going to be a really raw and honest project. So I think that it's very hard for that to not sound mature. But I think that, you know, she's just her little stush baby self. Yeah. Yeah.
She's mature. She's grown. She's classy. She's sexy. She's all of it. Yes. Okay, so you recently hosted a dance workshop in New York. Yeah. As part of your rollout. Yeah. What made you bring the movement choreography into this era?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing one in Toronto this Monday as well.
Ooh.
Are you available?
Hey, what is Monday?
Nights.
Yeah, I'm scared. What are we doing?
Dance.
Just dancing
in heels.
Oh my God, I'm scared, girl. I'm a shy girl sometimes, but yo.
But it's a class though.
Okay.
I think what I love about heels class specifically is that you feel sexy.
Okay.
It's actually really empowering as a woman, and that is what I know. Dance is such a way to free your spirit.
Yourself,
Once you start moving your body, it automatically puts you in a completely different element. I love dance. I love dancers. Have you not noticed most dancers have the most free-spirited energy?
That's true.
And enthusiastic energy. I love dancers because they are always in movement, and so they're always free, and they're very like they work through life that way.
Yeah.
So with heels, in general, when you wear heels, it is kind of like it always kind of adds an element of appeal to you. You feel more in your oomph. You feel like, oh, I look better now that I got some heels on. Heels just add that touch to your outfit. So you add that with dance and you just feel good. You feel good, you feel sexy, and that's what the song was all about. So I felt like, you know, I had been doing a lot of content in heels, the whole Pilates video in heels. I was like, yeah, why not do a heels class and kind of have this sort of feeling of, you know, being your sexy, feel empowered. Be a sexy woman.
Period.
Absolutely.
So how was it in New York? Like,
it was fun.
I feel like New York is just like, wow. Like a heels class in New York, I just wanted to like, I want to be in that room and just see how it was.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna feel like Joey Chavez. Is that how you say her name?
No.
Joey. She's fire.
Dope.
But I just feel like I'm gonna be like her. But even though I can't even imagine or picture how I dance in heels. Like when you go to parties is one thing, but now imagine doing choreography. So I'm just like, how would it?
I think heels is a lot like more chill in terms of like the movement. It's really all within the body more so than feet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where you get a bit of a balance there. But no, I mean, big shout out to DJ Buka, who kind of helped me last minute find someone, because it was like a really last minute trip that I had to New York. And so I was like, how can I like kind of include some sort of activation of my own? And then that's where I collaborated with Angeline, who's an incredible choreographer out there, and she through Buka, and she was super down for the collaboration, and that made me really happy and excited. So yeah, she was super down to help me, and she was like, I love the music, let's do it. And we just created a pop-up class, and yeah, the turnout was, because it was so last minute, the turnout was small, but I think that was my first heels class too. Yeah. So I kind of liked that it was a smaller class. Yeah, it allowed me to feel, you know, a little less intimidated because girl, these heels girls be killing it for real. So I'm like, I'm still trying. So it felt good to know that, you know, it was a smaller class. And like I said, dancers are just so supportive and loving. So it was amazing. It was amazing first round, and Toronto's up next. And
okay, Toronto, y'all better bring it.
Yeah, Toronto's gonna be a big turnout. I can already feel it. I sense it. I know it. I'm really excited.
Love that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you'll be there.
I will. I'm gonna be there now. I'm gonna be there. Just, you know, I might just be a little fly on the wall at the back, but I'm gonna be there. So let's talk about your new collab with Layla Day.
Yeah.
All yours. Another fire track. I'm gonna tell you guys, 2025. She's just working. So it's a really fun song, an upbeat, I would say Brazilian funk inspired. Yeah. A whole vibe. How did that collaboration come about?
Yeah. So after On the Radar, she had reached out and she was like, hey, I have this dope song. I'd love for you to be on it. And I was like, okay, send it. And when she sent it, I'm really big on quality. So when she sent the song, I'm like, ooh, this is a really good song. Yeah. Like, this is really fun. It's really vibrant, very poppy. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm super down. And so we got in the studio and made it happen. It was pretty short. It was actually the reason we went to New York. I have a feeling this will probably be aired later this week, I assume.
This episode? Yeah. Okay, so we have... There's one episode. Well, not next week. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we went to New York for On the Radar. Okay. Because she wanted to perform the song on The Radar. Okay. So that's what we went to New York for. So big shout out to Layla. That was the main reason I was in New York. And then like that comes out on Tuesday. Okay. And like that was part of the rollout and everything. But it was kind of like, I think that kind of happened after we did the feature together, but she just reached out. She wanted me on the song. I was like, this song is dope, and yeah, vibes were right, and we made it happen.
I love a girl collab.
Girl collab.
Yeah.
Especially in the city.
And Toronto. Yeah. Stand up. I'm telling you guys, there's talent here, right?
There is.
You guys need to open your ears.
Absolutely.
There's talent here, because don't be on the late train when they go and they're, now they're nowhere to be found anymore. Like, you can't access them anymore. You need to pay attention now. Yeah. Okay? Be a part of the blow up and everything else. Okay? So, we need it. Yes. Love. Oh my God, this is the next question, the Olamide question. Please, we pass. Good. Yeah. Let's talk about marketing. This rollout feels very intentional of you, yourself. Like you mentioned Phoenix, the rebirth.
Yes.
What are you doing differently that this time that you weren't doing before?
Being consistent with content. I think that, I was always being told, you got to do content, you got to do this. And I just didn't know how. I had no idea what that looked like. I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I literally was like, I'm doing it. And I was doing like one TikTok a month. Like, let's be so real. I didn't know nothing. Like, I look back at how I had such great songs and we had such a strong momentum. If I had like literally matched that with my consistency right now in content, gone. Yeah. And so I think the biggest thing right now is my consistency in content. Content is king. I think that's why it's very prominent. I think that's why people are noticing it. I think that's why it's staying in people's faces. Is just the consistency of it all.
Mine, girl. Me too. Me and content have a love-hate relationship.
Trust me. But I'd be taking breaks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But then when you're in it, and you just got to stay on that train for as long as you can. And then if you do take a break, don't take more than a week.
Yeah. Don't be like me, child.
So, yeah. But I think that'd be the biggest difference. It is very intentional. And I think that it's mainly because I'm like ahead of myself in years. So I think I know what is coming. I know what is happening. And because of that, it allows me the freedom to be present now because I'm not thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow's already planned out, So I'm now just like, okay, what's today? Let's work it out.
Love that. Yeah. I love that. And how hands-on, even though I feel like I already know the answer, how hands-on are you with your strategy, visuals, branding, and overall storytelling?
Everything.
Yeah, because you're independent.
Yeah. So everything. Yeah. Everything is me for the most part.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Thany you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Great job.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone that comes around and helps it, but really the creative direction and flow of it all is me.
Wow, that's what independent really is. Yeah. But I feel like that's why independent artists are very important.
Yes.
You guys build something where it's like, now nobody can tell you nothing. You've done it all.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's so important. And then also understanding the business is how you understand your marketing.
Yeah.
And I think that that was the thing, it just gets overwhelming to hold every hat. And I think that when you are put in a position where I will always thank my father so much because he really, really put me in a very strong position to know the business and know it well. So because of that, it just it became overwhelming as an artist to know both sides. But now I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, I know both sides. I can work with this. I know I can manage this. I know what to do. So it's it feels a lot less pressuring. But shoot, if this is what I want to do, then you got to put the work in. And it's a full-time job, just content alone. It's a full-time job. And then the music, and then pitching yourself, and then marketing, and then the business. It's like 5 different full-time jobs. But if you want it bad enough, you'll do it.
And I'm telling you, I can't wait to have multiple streams of income so I can hire somebody for content because this is the one thing I don't want to do myself, So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's doing it themselves. Content is not easy, but don't let go. You'll get there. You know what I mean?
Literally down to the editing. Like even editing a lot of my stuff, I edit most of it.
And now I'm so glad that they've made editing easier. Because when I tell you, just going to school for journalism, you had to learn how to edit on like some next system, and that was I hated it.
What did you use?
It was like Burley. Because journalism was like Burley, so I don't know, girl. Apparently, they use it for the news too. Oh. Yeah, I will never forget it. Burley. Yeah. Now we know about CapCut. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad that now they're making it easier. Yes. You can do it on your phone, on your iPad. You don't need to.
You know what's crazy? Canva just came out with basically it's like CapCut and Canva in one.
In one.
Yeah, and I have a pro account with CapCut and Canva, but now Canva basically is like eliminating CapCut, where you can like basically do video editing and everything as well on Canva. I haven't tried. Canva. I love Canva.
Pro as well?
Absolutely. Whoa. Do you have a ChatGPT Pro?
No.
So, I have a ChatGPT Pro.
Okay.
Because that's the thing, like, listen, a lot of these things are on my own. I got to consult ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Like, someone's got to help me, you know? So, I work with ChatGPT a lot just to flow through my ideas and everything. And they have a partnership with Canva. Wow. So if, let's say, you wanted to work on a certain logo, a certain brand thing, you want to put something together that needs some sort of flyer attachment, whatever the case may be, you can discuss it with ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will literally be like, we can create a Canva prompt or a Canva template for you. It will now connect to your Canva and literally have created the template off of Canva, and you edit on Canva.
Jesus.
Insane.
You need to use the resources we have. Absolutely. Oh my God. Because when I tell you, I knew them times were rough. I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now that we have all of this, what's a wow?
Insane.
What a wow?
Kind of no excuse now.
No, there's no excuse.
Kind of crazy.
What a wow.
Yeah. Okay. But Canva can edit your video.
And that is
entirely. So if you prompt it, this is what you want, boom, boom, boom. It can take your highlights and boom, boom, and it will literally just edit the video for you. I'll send you a video that I saw, and I was like, whoa, this is insane.
Now you don't need CapCut. What in the wow? Sorry.
Love me some CapCut still, but.
For the supporters, the fans who followed you since day one, what do you hope that they noticed about this new era and everything else?
That I'm an afrofusion artist and I'm not an Afrobeats artist.
Okay, because I'm here for it. Afrofusion.
Yeah.
You're not an Afrobeat artist.
I would even say it's just fusion.
Yeah.
I think that's been the hardest rebrand, to kind of like step away from Afro, because I don't want to. I still want that to be a representation of who I am and representing the fact that, you know, my African lineage is very involved in my career and in my sound. However, like, I'm also super R&B and super pop and very alte at the core of it all. So it's like just really understanding that, like, my sound is fusion. And appreciating that is what I'm hoping they take away. But I think they do.
They'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you hear the new music, you'll know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious.
We're not going to box our artists into Afrobeats. I don't like when people do that.
Yeah.
Like, and just because of these, especially these award shows, because now they don't know where to place them, because they don't have that much knowledge on the music that Africans do.
But let's talk about it, though, because in my opinion, like, you can be African and still be considered a hip-hop artist. You can be African and be a rapper. Yeah. You can be African and be a pop artist. Literally. You can be African and be an R&B artist. You shouldn't have to be put in the world category if your numbers equate to the same American mainstream artist. What's the difference?
No, honestly. And
it's a pop record. Put them in a pop category.
I hate it. Tyla is an example of
that. Thank you. She's no Afrobeat artist. She's a pop artist. She's a pop artist.
And they're just mad because she's doing what the other girls are doing. Like, and she's killing it.
She's absolutely killing it. And that's where, but what throws me off about that and what I don't appreciate about that, and this has nothing to do with her, what I don't appreciate about it is when you do have someone that represents the culture like an Ira Star, and she's not getting the award as a female in Afrobeats because she's an Afrobeats artist. That's what throws me off. Because it was almost taking away a shine that Tyla deserved her credit in her category.
Exactly.
The same way Ira was very deserving of that category in her category. So yeah, that's the part that throws me off the most. It's like, we need to put it, like, call a spade a spade. If the numbers are there, I don't care if they're African. Put them where they deserve to be and where their sound really is. And they talk about it themselves. So it's like, why? You know what? We already know the deeper rooted problem of all of this.
And this is why we need more of us in those
spaces.
Rooms,
Absolutely.
We need voices. We need our voices to be heard, because or else they're going to keep doing this nonsense.
Yes.
And we're going to keep complaining about it on Twitter, but get in the spaces.
Yeah.
Do your research. Find out how to get on the voting boards.
There's so many music executives that could be on the board, and it's like, okay, so you have this influence online, so why is it not that I know? But big shout out to Gracie May, because she's on the board of Grammys, which is amazing, because that is a massive push forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say like there is Gracie May. She's based out of London, but she's been within the Afrobeats sector for a very, very long time, and she's now become one of the jurors of the Grammys, which I'm just so grateful for, because, you know, it's someone in the space who can represent us and speak for us, and hopefully we can get a greater insight of what's going on, and she can be a bigger voice for us. Yeah.
No, I love that. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, every chance
but we need more of her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every chance I get to find myself in those rooms, I will put myself in them rooms.
Yeah. Because let's talk about Junos.
Trust me.
Even in our own Canada, our own Grammys.
Yeah.
That now wants to take away reggae. We barely have a space to begin with. Damn.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we're not going to let them erase us.
Amen.
It's not going to happen.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay, so what boundaries have you set for yourself now that you didn't have before?
Saying, oh, that's interesting. That's a good question. What boundaries do I have now? Are we talking about music or in life?
Let's do a little bit of both. In music first.
And in life. Yeah. I think that this one took me a while, but I'm there now. But this one took me a while. Longer than it should have. But, you know, saying yes to things that they have everything to gain from me and I have nothing to gain from them. I think that was starting to become really, really apparent. And I just, you know, out of, you know, friendship or out of connections with certain people, I want to, you know, do right by them. But I'm also understanding that, you know, they want to utilize a platform that I've worked hard on building. And so if it doesn't align with me, I can't just say yes for yes sake. It needs to make sense. So that was a boundary I needed to really set and look outside of the connection and relationship with these people and make sure that do they see the connection and relationship in a retrospective way or reciprocated way where they understand the value of my brand and what I've built. And so what you bring to me must align. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that was the biggest boundary that I had to set, is just making sure that the things I do, especially right now in the stage that I'm in, the value needs to be 50-50 here. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay, that's a big one.
That's a massive one. And then in life, I would say a boundary that I've really, really learned, once again, recently, is genuinely not saying, I think it would even be with like relationships. I would say that like, I'm just so not keen on anyone wasting my time in any way. And the amount that I pour into myself with my time, my efforts, and my finances, please don't come into my life and come and scatter things and you have nothing that you have provided to this table. I swear I can't deal with it. Yeah. I genuinely can't deal with it. If you have nothing to offer me, if you don't elevate me in any way, you take away from my energy. You should just leave me alone. Yeah, so that's a boundary where I'm like, I'm actually more at peace in my solitude than you disturbing my peace and disturbing and having nothing to bring to the table. So yeah.
I agree with that, girl.
Yeah.
Those are big ones.
Yeah.
And I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on those ones. Okay. So you told us we already know 2026 album is coming.
Amen.
Okay. And finally, what should the supporters or the new fans that are going to be joining the wave, what should we look out for next?
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's like I don't want to speak prematurely on a different project that I'm working on, but just expect to know who I am at the core of me. Yeah. And that'll come in a different shape. It'll look a little different than, you know, the standard music. And you will truly understand, like, who I am as a person, a human being, and why I am the way I am. And I think that outside of the album, great new music, stronger rollouts, headlining shows. There's a lot coming. My merch line will be dropping next year, the Stush Baby collection. Yeah, there's a lot happening, a lot of different, you know, I wouldn't say meet and greets, but a lot of more like just connection fan to fan with me, and that'll come through a few different projects that I'm working on. So just expect a lot of ways to connect with me.
Love that. I love
I'm
when
really excited.
Artists remember to come back to the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that
I like when people get to know you and get to know that, you know, we get it, you're an artist, but you're also a person. So you get to know who you are. And then I feel like that's how people grow more and people gain that like love from the public.
Absolutely.
Because they're like, oh my God, we love her. So, because they actually get to know you a little bit. So, yeah, no, I'm excited for what you have coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, like we said, 2026 is going to be a bigger year.
Amen.
For Töme, for Stush Baby.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we cannot wait to see what you have going on. And let's see, what are 2 songs that you'd like to add to our playlist?
Some More by Töme.
Yeah.
And because I'm a lover of music, what's the playlist like right now?
Honestly, it's everything.
Everything.
We just put everything.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I've become a serious fan of music this year. Oh my God, I think that was the biggest thing that I haven't done in a long time, was just actually soak up other artists' music. Right now, one other song, Unhinged, Masego. Put that on there.
Unhinged, Masego.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I thought that's one thing about you.
Period.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this was so great. I'm so glad that you took a seat with G.
Yes.
You know, I can't wait for this to come out, for everybody to see this. We wish you all the best, and we would love for you to come back.
Yes.
You know, when more things happen.
Amen.
Because more things are happening. So thank you so much for taking a seat with G.
Thank you, boo.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. All her links are going to be down below. How to get everything, how to get the music, where to find her, and where to find me, and where to find us, and how you could join the family. So don't just leave without liking or leaving a comment. You know, be a part of the community. We're here. Thank you so much for taking a seat with G, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.